Good afternoon, beautiful souls. How are you on this amazing Friday, January 24th, which makes this a 6th day? Fun fact, we just had a minor earthquake in around Paramus, New Jersey. It was around a 2.4, and that's actually 44 miles exactly from where I'm from, letting me know the angels are definitely around for whatever reason, right? We're going to get into the general reading, and we're also going to do a love reading for the collective. If this is your first time here, hello. My name is Etta, mystic healer, intuitive, and spiritual life coach. If you are watching this on the YouTube replay, feel free to leave a comment so I can tap into your energy, and the general readings might they will start to resonate more with you. The moderators are on deck to make sure this place remains a safe and sacred space. There will be readings offered to subscribers to the live. Just please keep hitting that like button, because not only does it keep us relevant in the TikTok algorithm, it lets TikTok know that you're working with the real Etta and not any of these scammers or imposters that are on the app. And as a reminder, whether you're watching me on TikTok or YouTube, I will never reach out to you first. That being said, in the presence of the angels, because they've already let their presence known. And my New Jersey folks, definitely check in if you felt the earthquake around a little after 1 this afternoon. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective on this Friday, right? The 24th, which is a 6. And 6 is the number of the lovers. It's the number of balance. It's also the number of the divine feminine. What other message do you have for the collective? Thank you. Look at that. Did y'all see that? We got to take a minute, right? Before we pull the rest of the cards. It's 1444. If you were here as the live started, I stated that the earthquake, it was only a 2.4, happened around Paramus, New Jersey, and that's exactly 44 miles away from where I am. And it let us know that the angels are with us. This is another confirmation that we are in the presence of the angels on this lovely Friday. What other information does the collective need to know on this Friday, January 26th? And if this is your first time here or you're from New Jersey, let us know how you're doing, where you're from and how you're doing. Anything else? All right. And then we're going to pull some from this deck. Holy Spirit, is there anything else the collective needs to know? Thank you on this Friday. That one fell on the floor, so that's where it will stay. Anything else? Thank you. And lastly, we're going to get a card from our What's the Vibe deck. Holy Spirit, what's the vibe on this Friday? This is definitely a day to make sure, this weekend is a moment to make sure you keep your thoughts aligned in the direction that you want to go. This is not a time to be a negative Nancy or a negative Norman or let negative thoughts inundate your mind. This is a time to think as positively as possible, a time to stay aligned with the energy of your wishes already being fulfilled. This planetary alignment, the fact that we have this new moon, this new lunar year coming in, there's a lot of positive energy, the energy of positive change, But along with that energy, there's a lot of energy surrounding folks in the collective that's trying to trip you off your path. So you step out your energy of faith, you step away from your energy of belief, and in doing so will prolong the time it takes for your manifestations to step into, to become your reality, for you to step into that version of yourself that you know you're supposed to be. Start, as Neville Goddard suggests, right? Start living in the end now. Whatever you've been wishing for, whatever you've been hoping for, whatever you've been desiring, whatever you've been praying for, start moving as if you have that thing now. Right, going back to the angels letting their selves be known and pointing out 1444, right? And that might have special significance for someone on the live. But this 1444, this energy of the angels being around, a lot of downloads, a lot of revelations will take place this weekend, right? Before taking action with this thinker card on anything that you see, really process and sit with what your spirit guides are showing you at this time, right? It's about your journey. And we see both the masculine and the feminine moving forward, upward, onward. They don't want you to let your emotions get the best of you. They don't want you to worry. They don't want you to have fear. They want you to be free. And rest in the energy of knowing, again, that every single thing is going to work out. Next, we have all that glitters with 16, which is 7, which is God's number. All that glitters isn't gold, and all that's gold isn't glitter. Apology, arrogant, rash actions, insincere. A lot of the things that are being revealed to you are those individuals you were supposed to get rid of a long time ago. Those individuals that were blocking you from your season of abundance, because Spirit knew that if they unleashed your abundance in that moment while you were still tied to this person that doesn't have your best interests at heart, you'd be so generous and so kind and essentially sharing your gift with the enemy, and they didn't want that for you. Now that they've made it painfully clear who needs to be released and who needs to be let go of, and I can't count on my fingers and toes how many times Spirit has said that within the past few months. But now that you're really, really, really getting it through your head, so-and-so has to be let go of, release them, right? Wealthy man, false person, and expectation. You want this to come in. For some of you, it has to do with partnership. You want the real to come in, but first you got to get rid of that false person. Expecting them to change, expecting the best from them. Yeah, that was the move for a while, but they're not going to change. They're not going to get better. They're not going to magically wake up tomorrow morning in this energy of supporting you, wholeheartedly supporting you, wholeheartedly showing up as your friend. You want to stay hopeful about this person or thing that you were supposed to let go of a long time ago. You want to stay positive and optimistic, and I love that for you. But again, your guides are saying it's not going to change this situation. There's something and someone a lot better coming in for you, but you have to release what's not for you before they can bring that in. A lot of you are leaving your season of waiting with this observer card coming out in the reverse and into your season of receiving. Just don't let your past trick you out of this blessing. Do the hard thing, whether it's walking away from that contract, walking away from that investment, walking away from that lover you've been with for the past 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Leaving that all behind and knowing that, like Spirit said right before we went live, the best moments of your life are yet to come. To the sea, main female, and longing divine feminines, especially going back to this journey and This card definitely represents travel light, travel far, but it also confirms the energy of releasing everything and everyone that doesn't serve your highest good. Doing that hard part and releasing whomever needs to be released so you can go on your sacred journey of receiving every good thing that you have coming to you, everything that you've been longing for, wanting for, desiring. This kind of looks like Thanksgiving dinner with the turkey right there, or maybe that's just a really big chicken. I don't know. Whatever it is the energy of celebration. This is what the current cosmic happenings are all about, bringing you here into the energy of celebration by any means necessary. For some of you, it's going to be kicking and dragging because whoever you had to let go of, you just absolutely refuse to. You give every single reason in the world, and your reasons are valid, except they come from faulty thinking. They come from having self-handicapping thoughts. They come from having an incorrect perception of your self-worth. You are made of the same things that the stars and the quasars and the cosmos are made of. You are magic and should be treated as such. Stop letting people treat you like clothes from the thrift shop. You are a designer. You are couture. One of a kind. It's high time that you start moving that way and start subtracting people from your life that can't treat you that way. You owe it to yourself now. You owe it to your future self. Stop accepting the bare minimum just because. If you want the best, aim for the best, because in 2025, it's the best or nothing. Let's take a quick look into these comments, see what you guys are chit-chatting about, and then we will do readings. Let's do 3 readings, right? For subscribers to the live or the Patreon, right? Get complimentary messages on the live. Subscribers to the live get 1 card pull. Subscribers to the Patreon get the 3, right? And you could always sign up for a personal reading using the link in my bio. Also, I will be having a prayer to remove all blocks to your abundance and prosperity for those who have added their names to my prayer list, happening on the new moon, right? I will be doing this off camera. And you can have your name added to the list just by sending a love offering. Carmen, hello, 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 hello. Boogie, woogie, woogie, as I see 144 while driving. I love that for you. I love that for you. Marcy, are you around? Let's see if we could find Marcy. Where's Marcy? Hi, Jasenia. Jasenia, you will be first on the list. And I didn't even pull out my planner to see the cosmic happenings for today. Today is the 24th. And Jasenia's first because I saw Jasenia first, right? So we have 2 more slots open. Hello, Layla. How are you? Loca, how are you? Marcy is here. So you know that earthquake happened. You know when it happened, right? You know when it happened. I can't say I actually felt it physically, but I felt it energetically. And it serves as confirmation to everything that you know the angels have promised to do for you, right? Because it's no coinky-dink that the earthquake happened, right? Especially as we were talking about the crucifixion. Because you know at that final hour during the crucifixion, the earth shake, right? The stars darkened, right? The covenant, the draperies were torn into 2. It was a big moment, right? You are at your big moment. You are at your moment of transfiguration. I love that for you. I really, 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 really do. I can't even really put to words how excited and happy and overjoyed I am that this is happening for you. You earned it. You fully earned it. Let's see who else is here. Genesis 222. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? That longing card gave me goosebumps. Same. Same. Boogie, woogie, woogie. How are you? Haven't forgotten about you. Tiana! How are you, my fabulous, fabulous friend? How are you? Maria, Maria. You ever heard of TKA? How are you? Happy Venus Day indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Angel is back. How are you? The Baron. Oh, that name always gives me goosies every time I see it. J Max, I think you got a message this month. I think you're sending, you know what? Because I've been keeping faulty books, we'll get better next month, but we'll get J Max in as well. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Loca. Let's see who else is here. And I thank you for the people watching this on the replay. Wanga Tonga, Tong Tong, how are you? Gina. I thank everyone on the YouTube replay watching this as I go through everybody's name, right? What was that thing on Sesame Street? Or PBS, I should say, back in the days when it would be like, I see so-and-so, and I see so-and-so, and I see so-and-so. I forget the name of that show, right? I mean, that just brought back a childhood memory. If I say Yesenia's name 3 times in a row, a childhood memory is yet to follow. And I love that for us. All right, love. Love, love, love. Let me get one more deck. One more deck. We're going to do the love reading for the collective. We're going to do the love reading for the collective. This is if you're single, coupled, in a situationship, done with love. Whatever love message is whatever love message is. As always, as I knock cards down, take what resonates and leave the rest, right? If any of it resonates. All right, let's take one more peek at the comments. Doing what Tiana wants to do. I fully support that. Been getting random new housing available texts as if I'm not in a house. Ileana, I feel like someone did witchcraft on me. There was a creator, and I may have reposted his video. He said in 2025, if you feel like getting a spiritual bath, get a spiritual bath. If you feel like XYZ is going on, it's going on. And that serves as your confirmation that if you feel like someone did witchcraft on you and your relationship with your person, yeah. Energetically, it still feels like a yeah. Question is, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? Oh no, Wink Mink Slash Collection. It's older than Sid the Science Kid. Because I was like 2, 3 years old, maybe 4. There's this lady with this mirror, and she would talk about everybody she sees, and I was waiting to hear my name. They never said my name. You're welcome, Ileana. Let's tap into love as I take one more drink of water. It was on PBS. It was on PBS, and I can vaguely see the lady, but she had this mirror. And she'd be like, I see Loca, and I see Deborah, and I see Michael. Alas, Holy Spirit, what message does the collective need to know? Oh, most of you are thinking about a person, so one of my favorite spreads. This is your person's energy. This is what they're thinking of when it comes to you. Action steps they're planning to take. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. And something you should know that's currently off your radar. Overall energy is deception with the 7 of Swords, right? But it can talk about self-deception as well, especially if we're not seeing things clearly, like the all that glitters card suggested, right? All that glitters isn't gold, and all that's gold doesn't necessarily glitter. Make sure you're seeing things for what they are, not what you think they are or hope them to be. And it goes back to the revelations that are going to come through under these planetary influences, these planetary alignments. It's not a time for you to have, it's never a time for you to have knee-jerk reactions, right? But it's not a time for you to have any reactions or responses to anything that pops up, because there's a good chance you are not seeing things clearly. You don't have all the facts. So I guess that's why Spirit made it a thing to say what's being hidden from you. Your person's current energy, feeling defeated, feeling like they aren't good enough, feeling like nothing they do will ever be good enough. The thoughts of you, whether to move forward or to let this go, especially under feelings of inadequacy. Action steps. Notice this is the 2 of Pentacles and now the 2 of Wands. And if you've been with me a while, you know that the 2 of Wands is my twin flame card. Right? Spirit coming in to say these 2 people belong together. Also, the energy of making someone an offer. Your person is inundated by their thoughts. They're literally getting, I wanted to say a word, but that might get flagged. They're being weighed down by their own thoughts, right? What you don't know is that this person is willing to fight for it. Well, you're willing to walk away because they're not saying anything. They're not saying much, right? It must be over. Getting out of this energy of juggling, of trying to figure out what to do, taking 2 steps forward and taking 2 steps back, right? What to believe, who to believe, where to go, what to move, what to do. What is this that they're feeling, right? They've got a lot to navigate in addition to all the regular happenings of life. Holy Spirit. That horn was just, it was just horning, right? And there's nobody in the road, at least from my vantage point. There's nobody in the road, at least from my vantage point. Again, you're not seeing things clearly from where you're standing. Allow your angel team, allow your guides to reveal these things to you before you make a hasty decision. Anything else? What else does the collective need to know? All the swords energy. Thank you. I'm going to let that stay just like that, how it spun off. Clarifying your person's energy is the wealthy man. Confirming the feelings of not being worthy, the feelings of inadequacy. And as much as we could tell somebody, you're great, you are the bee's knees, you are the best thing as since sliced bread, right? You're better than, I don't know, peanut butter and jelly, right? As much as we can find all of the wonderful words and phrases to hype somebody up, they've got to believe that about themselves, or else they will always be in this energy. We can give them all the gifts and shower them with all the accolades. And if they don't believe this about themselves, our attempts will be misunderstood as highlighting their shortcomings. Definitely another reason to not do anything when it comes to the person that you're thinking of. Let them figure it out, because one way or another, they're going to come to some type of decision that cannot be influenced by you. Thoughts of you. Distant horizon, but with this 9, they're showing me the Little Mermaid. And the initial seeing that might mean something to somebody. But knowing they have to make a decision, knowing that they have to drop their anchor, knowing that they're going to have to grow up, go through some type of major life transformation like Ariel, to not only have the love that they want, but the life that they want, to finally be in the energy, whether they're 24 or 44, right? Because let's face it, there's some people who are waking up in their late 30s and late 40s, and they're looking at that person in the mirror and they're not happy. Amongst the feminines, most feminines have the wherewithal, the courage to be like, you know what? I'm going to do something about it. Because of the societal demands, the family demands, societal expectations, and the such, all of those weigh heavily on people who are not where they want to be when they hit, a certain age. And that certain age may even be 25. But whenever they have that moment of, wait a minute, this is not what I want in life, right? It causes them to get very sad, very self-aware, but in a negative way, where they think everything that comes against them is an insult to their masculinity. And it just drives them further and further down into the dirt. Some of them get that aha moment and pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Some of them see the light of the divine feminine and make the necessary changes to become one with her. And some of them just say, F it, and stay face down in the dirt until their maker comes. All 3 is a decision only them can make. Again, you could tell this person how wonderful and how easy it is on this side of things, where you're walking in your purpose and you're walking in the light and you're living from love, and how everything magically falls into place when you're doing so. But if they're used to struggling, they're not going to believe any of that. They're going to be one of those people that say, I have to see it to believe it. When we all know that you have to believe it to receive it. We all know that in this game, because life is but a game, right? It's a game of saying, XYZ, I want to manifest XYZ, right? And holding space and doing the necessary sacrifices to receive whatever it is that you're asking for. A lot of them are scared. All capitals, italicized, bolded, red letters, right? It's for that sacrifice. the beauty about giving to receive, right? That is what this whole world, this universe is based on. We couldn't even live if we didn't give breath to receive breath. Even the simple art of breathing requires us, right? It's not a suggestion, right? It's not a recommendation. It requires us to give to receive. And the minute we stop in any part of that portion, we meet our maker. Once the masculine realizes how easy it is under the energy of surrender, going with the flow and making the necessary sacrifices, that's when they show up as this wealthy man. Not just financially wealthy, but wealthy emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, as well as financially, right? Action steps being clarified. Oh, well, hello, adjudication. But this is giving the energy, right? A spirit has highlighted this pretty much. It was on and off during the summer, but we're constantly reminded for a handful of you in the collective, your situation is going from not much happening, maybe as far as being in no contact or little contact. Maybe this person just, you totally thought they were never coming back. They're going from that energy to the meet me at the courthouse in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do this, right? Stepping into that energy. Lastly, we have lovers and great fortune, right? But lovers kind of came out in the reverse. But notice when these two came out, they were spinning, right? For those of you who were paying attention, 15 and 26, 6 and 8. Even if they intuitively know that this relationship is tied to their fortune and not just their money, right? Their happily ever after, their abundance on every single level. They have to make the necessary sacrifices. They have to have those challenging conversations with this family room that came out in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Swords, right? They have to be ready for that. And as much as you want to encourage them, push them, prod them, poke them, trick them, drag them, stop that, right? Because it's not going to be helpful. It's going to be more harmful than helpful. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know when it comes to love? Thank you. We got that card the last time we went live, that clinging card, but in another deck. With this card that came out, right? Clarity, truth, intentions, honesty. Spirit also said, stop being hard-headed. Stop being stubborn. Do the hard thing. A lot of masculines, a lot of people who know they're supposed to be in a relationship, but are struggling with the sacrifices and life changes that are required for them to be in that relationship, are going to be poked and prodded by spirit. They don't need you to do that, right? They are going to be reminded by spirit. They're going to have revelations over this weekend. They're going to be pulled into their energy spiritually that they need to, so they can get past their fear and do the hard thing. Left out, walked away cold. This is confirming for if your situation is in this space, you think that it's dead, it's over with. Don't count them out just yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks, right? When we hit the full moon, the first full moon of the Lunar New Year, right? Sometime in February, right? Maybe then, maybe a little longer. But in this moment, allow this weekend to reveal to this person what they should be doing and give them time to either do it or not do it, right? Give them time to make that decision to step forward or let it go forever. Because this is the point for some of you. If it's no, it's no for this lifetime. There's no take back seas. Like, you've had enough time. You've been dragging your feet long enough. If this is a no and you can't do it, you can't make those sacrifices. You still want to stick in the energy of woe is me. That's fine. That's your free will choice. But now the divine feminine has to move forward, upward, and onward without you. And when you see her shining, when you see her doing her thing, when you see what blessings she brings into the life with the person who is ready, because don't forget, that was the first message this morning. A lot of you have a new love that's coming in that's already ready. You've been looking for love. They're ready for love. You guys are going to meet, and it's just going to be, everything is going to fall into place very, very quickly, right? Clinging, action steps, right? Holding on, obsessing, spying. Some of these people, they're not speaking to you, but they know everything you got going on because they can't stop watching you. They're not, oh God, some of them are not ready for you, but they don't want anybody else to have you, which sucks because it's like, take a piss or get off the pot. Move out the way, my guy, right? And that's another energy that's coming through. This is a pivotal moment of change. This new moon coming in, it's like, okay, you guys had your happy New Year's. You had your celebrations. You did your whole hurrah. You made your New Year intentions, even though the true New Year doesn't begin until the spring. We know that, right? You did all the things, but yet you're still moving the same way you did in 24 and 23 and 22. Time's up, Buster. We're going to move somebody else in, and this person is going to be obsessive. Their main focus is going to be to love you, heal you, and help you as best as they can. They're going to be obsessed with you in a good way, right? Not in a Joe kind of way, but in a very good way that fills you up from head to toe, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, right? In this morning's message, the person, like whoever that resonated with, the person who's coming in, they're really going to do the most to make sure that you're okay. The energy that this is giving, the person's going to be so into you, they can't even stomach the sound of you having a hangnail. They don't want you to be inconvenienced in any single way. They will leap over mountains, fight bears, do whatever is necessary. Sell the house, right? Sell their car collection to fund your dreams, just to see the smile on your face. Nothing more, nothing less. And this is not somebody who does this for any and everybody. But when they see you, they're going to try to pick out all the stars in the sky just to win your heart. They're going to do the most. So either way you spin it, whether the slow-mo gets it together or whether you get blessed with this new love, you're winning. As long as you've made it clear to the universe what it is that you want in love, that's exactly. They just popped me. They said, nope. Remember what was said earlier, right? In this morning's message. You have your vision of love. But things are actually going to turn out 10,000 times better than you expected. That is the love message for the collective. Jasenia, you are up as we get ready to wrap up the live with the readings, the personal readings for the collective. Shout out to my folks on YouTube. Love you guys. Just make your presence known. Besides Peaches, XOXO, right? Love me some Peaches. Oh, we didn't pull out a romance angel card. Can't leave out without the romance angels on a Friday, right? Any other day, I'd be like, next time. But it's Venus's day. Any parting words when it comes to love? Thank you for the collective. Anything else? we have, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. If you get proposed to between now and February 15th, you got to post it so I can repost it. Okay? Okay. Give your relationship a chance, going back to that energy of the Seven of Swords that came out, the deception, not knowing the whole story before walking away, right? Work on your partnership. The angels are definitely on your side. And pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Again, this weekend is going to be filled with revelations about your person. Journal, write them down, right? If you don't feel like writing, make yourself your own little video, right? Talking to yourself about the situation, talking to your guys about the situation, and push it to the side, right? And then in your calendar, I don't know, a week from now, a month from now, follow up with that video and see what has changed. Your love life is changing for the better. And there's that boat energy, right? And then the general reading in spirit, specifically with the To the Sea card that came out about the divine feminine moving forward, but having to release the baggage. And on this honeymoon card, there's no baggage for some of you. Where's Miss Gemini, right? For some of you, this moment requires you, before we step into the new moon on the 29th, right? Take this next few days, 5 days. 5 is the number of change, right? Take this next 5 days to release any baggage, any hangups about the relationship. If you and your person have been together for a couple of years and you've got some gripes and grievances that you've been holding on to, let it go. In the direction that you want to go, you can't take those issues with you. And for those of you, it's not so much pay attention to the red flags, it's pay attention to everything that's being revealed to you this weekend. And if you need future guidance, get a soul session, right? Get a reading. If not from me, from somebody else. Talk about it with somebody that can give you objective feedback, not somebody who's going to give you wrong advice because they want to see you fail, or somebody who can't relate, right? Because some of you love running to tell your friends XYZ about your relationship. Whole time they're plotting and praying that your relationship falls apart so you can be miserable like them. That's your red flag. Jasenia, where you at? Why am I so thirsty? Jeez Louise. Had to get another bottle because this bottle is almost finished. Is having someone blocked going to stop a situation from coming if it's meant to be? Nothing can stop what's meant to be. At all. We could do all the pretending, put up all the blocks, do all the things. We can move to the other side of the world. When it's time for something to happen with someone, it's going to happen. Layla, I'm weak. Because these masculines are thirsty but denying themselves. They are. Don't want to come across as a simp. Don't worry, you'll be simping soon enough. Hey, Roy boy, how are you? Not to say you're a simp. Not to say you're a simp. That just, I don't even have no words. Hi. Hi. Where's John? Where's Dorsey? Where's our masculines, right? The signs are still all over, not sure if it's to let it go, or most times it's let go of the doing, right? Of the having to speak to them, having to call to them, having to check their social media, and just holding space for them to come in or for somebody better to come in. My grandma said, as if your auntie hasn't slept with a married man. You know what? On that note, it's been lovely talking to y'all. What? Justenia. But isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth, right? I like your grandma. That totally caught me off guard. Like, wait a minute. Older people are super spicy and they don't make nice, right? They just tell you like it is, but it's, you feel some type of way about it. Then you realize it is the absolute truth. My goodness. My goodness. Now I need something a little stronger than water. No filter, no BS. That's what I love, talking to the elders. They're not going to mince their words or sugarcoat anything. Wow. Wow. And back to Toots Magoots. Let things unfold. Let things happen. Let things come and go as your guides would like them. Take your time with situations as they present themselves. And know that, everything is working out. I can't tell anyone about this craziness. You sure can. Me. As if your auntie didn't sleep with the... Why'd you get rid of the bassinet? Let me know. Let me know. That's concerning. Justenia. With the spicy grandma, did you have a specific question or would you like a general message today? You are welcome, Toots Magoots. I emailed you, many moons ago. It was a couple of days ago. Get back to me whenever. No rush. I gotta make way. I gotta clear out stuff. I need to go to my closet. Okay. I co-signed with the new one. No problem. That's still in alignment. Hey, Luxy Bear. How are you? How are you? You want to know the current energy between Lewis and you? And Roy Boy continues to spoil me with the roses. He saw your cousin on Wednesday. All right. What is the energy between... What is the energy between... Thank you to everyone for spending this part of your day, right, with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and me. Jasenia, you have the clear quartz, the moldavite, or the cowrie shell. Which pile is your pile? Hey, Roy Boy, I get jealous easily. I'm joking, but I'm serious, but I'm joking. The moldavite. All right. Back to seriousness. For Jasenia and Lewis, you have Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands, followed by the King of Wands, followed by the Lovers. We'll leave them like, well. What else does Jasenia need to know about the energy between her? That's way too many, but we'll take that one. What else does Jasenia need to know about the energy between her and Lewis? Thank you. The Two of Swords. I felt like a frog jumped into my throat. The Two of Swords, followed by the Queen of Wands. The Two of Swords definitely resonates with the Two of Pentacles, having to make a decision, having to make a change, right? Having to step up into the right thing, really having to make things official. Upgrading the relationship into a committed partnership, right? Wondering if he can be a good husband, wondering if he can be a faithful husband, right? Wands energy is the energy of fire, passion, change, adventures. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. How can I forget Sagittarius? Sagittarius energy, right? These are the things that have been on his mind lately, followed by the Lovers card that we had to cover up. It's significant that the Queen of Wands, followed by the King of Wands, by the Lovers that came out. Nothing for you to worry about, right? Because you see concern and then you see message of concern. Something that they said, no. Message of concern, nothing for you to be worried about. This is definitely someone that you give them all the space that they need to make the right decision. You have community and toil toil and labor, which confirms that there's nothing for you to do. Lewis is in the energy of making decision towards matrimony, right? Towards making things official on paper, on being that stand-up individual for the rest of his life. You wanted to know what's the energy? These are his thoughts in this moment right now with this toil and labor. There's nothing for you to do, right? Going back to the general love message, this is just a moment to take in all the revelations, make note of it somewhere to bring up at another time, to sit with at another time. But this is not a time for you to actually physically do anything. This is a moment for you to just be and see what other people do. You know this relationship is destined. You know this relationship is fated. You know this relationship is supposed to last a lifetime. It's holding space for Lewis to figure out what he already knows. For Lewis to figure out what he already knows. Yes, you heard that right. And do what's needed to be done to truly become a family with you. Anything else that Jasenia needs to know? All right, this will take that one. This is too many. Over the toil and labor and you not doing anything is finances and career. Are you ready to be married? Does your current position support women who are married? Can you manage a household, your pets, your mom, your responsibilities, and marriage? Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. they're also showing me with this card and those considerations, right? They want you to think about that, especially with your job and whether or not they support women who are married, right? But Ruth, the story of Ruth, right? And Esther, right? And being in the fields and how she was noticed, right? By her Boaz, right? She was just being her, doing what she needs to do, following the intuitive guidance that she was given. But he did all the work. He did all the stepping up. He did all the preparations. Hold space for your person to do all the work, all the preparations, and to step up in the way that their spirit is encouraging them to, because all this light energy, right? And they're pointing at the Easter lily. So Easter is definitely going to be a time of change for you guys. Alejandro, I was just thinking of you actually. We were looking for divine masculines, and here you come. Jasenia, the season of Lent is going to be very testing for you. Very, very, very testing for you. Not just in your relationship, but all around. Remember your faith. Remember the promises that are made to you and move accordingly. That is your message. Alejandro's like, you were looking for me? Yes, sir. Sure was. His office is like that, full of windows and lit from the sun. I like that for him. Some people have the unfortunate luck of working in a cubicle with no windows. Boogie, you will be last on the list. Well, that kind of conflicts, but you know what? It'll be a part 1 of 2. Mr. Cole! You know, if the Soul Tribe got together and we put Boogie, Miss Nicole, Momo, J-Max, Margie, in a room together, the men in black would be at our door within minutes. The energy signature you guys would give off, right? And those are just the few names that I'm calling off. But if the Soul Tribe really got together in the physical, we wouldn't be able to stay together long, because put your hands up. That's all we're going to hear. Right? They're going to come for us. J-Max, where are you? My goodness. Oh, and that message I posted on the story about being proud of you guys, I am super duper proud of the Soul Tribe and all of the growth you've done on your individual and collective journeys. Big, big things, big, big things. J-Max is here. Anytime, Jasenia, anytime. Anytime. You never feel like you're growing until you try to put on your old clothes and they don't fit. Did you enjoy your first caramel frappe, Lux Bear? J-Max, so we never got to finish our conversation. I did get to see your email, right? And congratulate you on your manifestation of what you were asked to manifest, right? And it was a very, very, very small request on Spirit. But specifically, Spirit gave you a number and told you to go get that, right? And you went and got that, essentially, right? Even though, I'm kind of truncating and making it seem a lot smaller than what it actually is, because we know that you're one of the individuals who are most afflicted by monitoring spirits, but you know the conversation, right? It's your reminder that if you can manifest the smallest of things, as my phone does a confirmation for you, right? You can manifest the biggest of things. Neville Goddard said, there's no difference between manifesting $1 and manifesting $1 million. If you haven't sat with the works of Neville Goddard, J. Max, and others, definitely start sitting with his works, right? Definitely helps to shift the thoughts. Miss Nicole, I saw you and I got you. But his works definitely, along with Florence Scovel Shinn, one of my faves. But Neville Goddard definitely helps in shifting those self-handicapping thoughts, especially when it comes to finances, and worthiness. Always keep in mind, regardless of what it looks like, you have the natural ability, we all do, to manifest any and everything that we want. When we are told the world is ours, it is truly ours. It's our own thoughts that prevent us from that reality. A good trick for those of you who are struggling with finances, my entrepreneurs. Where did Alejandro go? I think I scared him off. Oh, well. Or people seeking to have more money in their lives. Let's just keep it basic. What's your number? Seriously, what's your number? What would you like to earn? Oh, there you go. No sorries. No sorries. Just keep driving. Drive safely. We're just grateful that you're here. What's your number? Right? I like that number, Roy boy. What's really your number? And some of you, like, if we're honestly speaking, you're like, I'd like to make $5,000 a month. Great, that's not enough. I'd like to make $10,000 a month. Great, that's not enough. What if I told you you're supposed to be making $100K a month? What if I told you you're supposed to be making $100K a week? Some of you were like already kind of shrink down into yourselves. Some of you were like, wait, what? Me? No, never. Some of you are meant to make $1 million a month. And just as easily as I'm saying it and the words are rolling off of my lips, is as easily as you can manifest it. If we say it's not that easy, if we say a number, we put it out there and you shrink, right? And your body does this kind of constricting thing in any shape, form, or fashion, that's your poverty wound. That's your financial block at play. That's the work that you need to work through, right? Another way for you to really get your number that is your imaginary ceiling that you've put on yourself, look in the mirror and start with your I ams and start with a small number. I am someone who earns, $1,000 a week, right? See how your body reacts. Like, look at yourself in the mirror as you're saying this and just keep upping the number in any increments. You could go by thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. But once you get to the number and you see your body jerk, that's your ceiling. And if you know your lifestyle requires more than that, what you're meant to do in this life, because a lot of you who find me, you're not meant to just be a millionaire or a billionaire just for the sake of living this great, amazing life on your own by yourself. No, you're meant to be a support for your loved ones. You're meant to be a support to the community. You're meant to be a philanthropist, but you can't do that without the money. And the money is there, regardless of what's going on with the economy and the president and this going on in the world and that going on in the world. You are the person responsible for what's going on in your world. I encourage everybody to do the money mirror thing. Really sit with yourself, stand with yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes. and start talking about how much you earn. And keep upping that number until you hit the number that makes your body twitch, jerk, or react in any way. That's your ceiling. And that's the work you need to get past. Now we could do your reading, J Max. Spirit just wanted to share that with the collective. In 2025, there's no more working hard for the collective. There's working smart. There's letting your word be your wand and allowing yourself to be aligned with people, places, and things, your destiny helpers that can assist you along your journey. If you found me, you're an empath, you like to help others, you're always the brightest light in any room that you walk into because you're an earth angel. And as an earth angel, you got some stuff to do in this world. And it's more than eat good, live good, sleep good. I was about to say a nasty word, good, but you know what I mean, right? You know, it's more than that. You're meant to change people's lives. And it starts by changing your own. All right, J Max, I swear that might be the last interruption. You're always here, Roy Boy, and I appreciate you for that. It is gratifying, Daisy, and I love that for you. J Max, did you have after all of that, did you have a specific question, or were you looking for a general message? And then we're going to do Boogie and then Miss Nicole. Thank you. Do we pronounce your name Naya, Unique Queen? She said, y'all better be in line. Imprinting the world with compassion, kindness, and most of all, love. Naya, that's a very, very beautiful name. All right, we're going to shift the energy to J Max. Still holding on. I just feel so lost because there's no direction or assignment, which I'm used to. Sometimes having no direction is the assignment. Sometimes we're just meant to just sit, be still, and do nothing. But allow the download, the information that we need to take that next step along our journey to come through. Pick your pile, my dear. You have the rose quartz, the cowrie shell, or the moldavite. Which pile is your pile? Rio in a few weeks. Ew. Third one. So the moldavite. Guess the third one could be this one too, right? This one. Okay. You have the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. We would get into this Four of Wands, but you're not ready for that yet. Let's get through this, chapter first. Holy Spirit, any other messages J-Max needs to know? This card just keeps coming out, right? Knight of Swords, air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, right? Spirit just said sometimes the assignment is to do nothing but to wait, but know that whatever they're laughing. Yeah, they're laughing at you, J Max. I can't find a way to sugarcoat it, but they're legitimate laughing at you because you're so focused on what's in front of you right now, even though the messages have been to stand back as far as possible from the mirror, to always make sure we're seeing things clearly, that you don't even see that your situation is about to do a whole 180. You don't even see the things that are at play to bring balance into your home life, into your stability, into your security. When Spirit announced, right, that the cosmic happenings at play are holding the energy of wishes being fulfilled, prayers being answered. What do you not think you're part of that mix? Do you not are you not sitting there saying, me too, right? Because you should be. It's all small things you're worrying about. Yeah, there's bills. There might be overdue bills, right? There might be those bills that there was this episode of Martin where, he was so behind on his bills, right? And it was like, don't let me catch your ass in the street bills, right? It might even be at that level, but they're still saying, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about a thing. It would all be handled and taken care of. You just have to get used to, and this is why they brought you to this point of fully surrendering. You're good at surrendering a little bit, right? Especially when you can see the whole picture and you kind of can predict the end. You're good with that. You're like, yay! But when it becomes questionable and your usual manifesting techniques don't work, now you're up in arms. Now, your energy gets a little frenetic, right? Chaotic. Your guides they're literally sitting here like, simmer down, calm down. Things are nowhere as bad as you think they are. Yeah, you have these man-made constructs in front of you that are driving you nuts, but who is bigger than God? Who is bigger than Spirit? Not those bills, not the people, not the bank account. You can go from having nothing to having it all, as long as you stay in the energy of knowing that having it all is your destiny. Having the stability is your destiny, and get out of the energy of worrying. Get out of the energy of trying to see whether or not you were forgotten or things aren't working out for you, because things are always and forever working out for you. Do not ever, ever, ever forget it. And as I look down, oh wow, as it freezes on me, no worries. No worries at all, because you can watch this on the replays to get the full message. With this 22, even though it's in reverse, it's a reminder that everything, every single thing is coming into balance for you. The sooner you get out of the energy of worry, the sooner you get into the energy of effort. That's your new affirmation. Effort. Say it with your whole chest, and don't sugarcoat it like I'm doing for the live, right? Say it with your whole chest. Bills overdue, effort. Marshall at your door, effort. You're going to lose it all, effort. You are in your Job season. Review his story. See what he did and what worked for him. And use that to your advantage. Use that to help you get out of this mental state that you're in, to this mental block that you're in, to this spiritual block that you're in. Job lost it all. House, kids, land, wife, everything. And he essentially said, F it, right? And everything was replaced with double, with better. You've come too far to start backsliding now. Double down, sit with the book of Job, and know that you got this. Grand Rising, New Heart, how art thou? That is your message. Boogie to the front of the line. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Shock Boy 4, hello. It's 4:05 Eastern Standard Time, and look, we still got sun. I was so excited yesterday. It was like 5:01, and it was just getting dark. I was like, yes, spring is almost here. Yes. Boogie, did you have a specific question? Oh, I'll just ask, do you have a specific question, or did you just want a general message? See what comes out. Shock Boy, we're only doing questions. Well, the reading list is closed, first of all. But subscribers to the live always get a 1-card pull. Subscribers to the Patreon, paid subscribers to the Patreon, get the mini readings, right, that you've seen me do with the 3 piles. I'll save the Scorpio for me and you. You know what? Let me know what your availability is on Saturday and Monday, right? That B-Day reading is going to be a virtual reading. So we could get all the kinks out, just you and I. Just you and I. Going for Spirit, Holy Spirit, what do we need to know about pick your pile. Rose quartz, cowrie shell, or citrine. And I'm huffing and puffing for a reason. Hi, TikTok department. This is a personal reading. This man makes me mad, by the way. He's really ruffling my feathers right now. Biggest thing that came... Didn't mean to kick it. Biggest thing that came out, because I gotta reposition myself. Biggest thing that came out, first and foremost, was birds of a feather flock together, okay? We attract people and situations in our lives that reflect us, right? We know that this person has had bippity boppity boo done on them. But did you know that they be doing the bippity boppity boo? Whether they are aware, because there's this energy of playing coy, playing like, oh, I didn't know. I thought everybody did that, right? But also when you are, well, we all are spiritually enlightened individuals, right? We all are spiritual beings having a human experience. Just holding a thought is a form of bippity boppity boo, especially when we are having adult fun time. There are intentions. This is why I'm kind of like, grr. There are intentions that have been said while in the act as a hope and a prayer, but also a demand that you not go anywhere. Which leads one to question if you have the purest and truest of intentions, right? And you have the plan to do right, why would you set the intention for someone not to go anywhere in a way that seeks to tamper with their free will? He will not admit to it. But this is someone who lightly dabbles in things that they shouldn't. Magically speaking, you know how we are here on Divine Love Talk. We don't really engage in relationship magic, love magic. We let things fall the way that they're supposed to. Now, if there's somebody coming against your relationship, right? If there's somebody coming against you and doing bippity boppity boo on you, that's different, right? We got remedies for that. We got tons and tons of remedies for that. But we're not getting those candles with the two figures on them and lighting them. We're not doing any sacrifices. We're not doing any of that stuff because we know at this stage of the game that everybody we meet is a soulmate, and every soulmate is meant to spend a certain amount of time with us, right? Some of us, some soulmates come in for a short season, some come in for a very long season, but it's not up to us how long each soulmate season is. And when we get a soulmate that makes us want to hold on to them with both arms and legs and hands and feet, as Spirit always likes to say, right? One might be enticed to be like, well, let me kind of tie them up, right? So they go nowhere in their mind forever. We here at Divine Love Talk have grown, and some of us have never even been in that school of thought, but we have grown into energy of allowing each and every soulmate to come and go and please as they please, because we know who's supposed to be our lifelong soulmate will be our lifelong soulmate. We don't have to do any bippity boppity boo. We don't have to swing from chandeliers unless that's your thing. Then swing on, baby, swing on, right? We don't have to do anything extra but show up as we are, and everything will unfold as it's supposed to be. Period. That being said, because I'm pretty sure you're reading in between the lines. Sorry, my apologies to those who are wearing earpods. I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't. But this is your confirmation, boo, that he has definitely did the bippity boppity boo to keep you stuck, right? This is definitely someone who wants you all for themselves, and that's great. I can understand, wanting you all for themselves, right? I get that, but why put the chains, right? If you know somebody's for you in spirit, why put the chains before you put the ring? Why put the chains before you put the notice to the public? Because there's a lot to be said before, because sometimes the chains come after the ring, right? But why do this before the actual ceremony? Which can point, not say it does point, but can point to being insincere about their intentions. Especially, we're going to hold on to that especially part for 1 minute. What else does Boogie need to know about this situation? So one conversation that we've had throughout the years on Divine Love Talk, right? Shout out for this going on 2.5 years. Couldn't do it without you guys. But the concept of being bird caged, whether you are a divine feminine or a divine masculine, spirit be playing too much, right? Divine masculine, right? Once you are identified as having a certain gift, a certain amount of power, people are always going to want to snatch you up and put you in a birdcage. So you can only sing for them, right? Clarifying the devil is the house. Clarifying the 10 of Wands is the family room. This is definitely someone who sees forever with you. They're just going about it the wrong way in spirit. Holy Spirit, what else? Like, there was no need for the chains, right? At all. There's no need to even have that thought, because you're not a bee that flits from flower to flower to flower to flower. You're more like a butterfly that finds somewhere comfortable to land, and that's where you at. So there's no need to tamper with one's free will, but for whatever reason, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. But it's the engagement, the marriage, the honeymoon, the retreat, right? Definitely went about things the wrong way. Definitely is seeking. And even though they're seeking to put that chain on, just as it's done, it's undone, right? So if there was any worry around that, you don't have to worry. Spirit's frustration and mine was more around, how dare you, right? Who are you to even attempt that on our fair maiden boogie, right? Rest assured that whatever was attempted to be done was pretty much undone in the moment. You cannot, you could try. I don't care how big of a witch or warlock you are, or how strong you think your bippity boppity boo is, but when it comes to divine chosen ones, you can't birdcage them. That won't stop them from trying. And this is not going to be the last person that attempts to birdcage you. Period. Right? There's going to be many people. You could be married with kids and grandkids. There's still going to be somebody that's going to try to steal you and snatch you up and put you in the cage so you can only sing for them. It's one of the things that comes with being as divine as you are. Allow things to play out, right? And just as that rolled up on the screen, Spirit was about to say, right? Should you leave him? Follow your intuition. Follow your intuition, because if and when that day comes, it'll have to be done in a certain way to make sure that there are no cords to be detached at a later time, right? Although it looks like he doesn't have the bestest of the intentions. Let me see if I can get another card. We'll pull it from this one. Holy Spirit, what is intention? Make it clear, make it plain. Okay. Well, this does make it clear, right? They do see you as the person that they want to spend forever with. They're just going about it the wrong way. Now, it's up to you with all things being considered, with all things coming out on whether or not you want to stay in the relationship, continue the relationship, or what steps you want to take going forward. That's the bittersweet part of it. Knowing this person's shortcomings, knowing that they quietly, they're not going to come out and say, oh yeah, I've done this, that, and the third, right? And it goes beyond putting people in the freezer, right? They're not going to admit to it at this point. So the onus is on you. What do you want to do next? Where do you see this thing going next? Right? They love you. They adore you. All of that jazz. They eventually want you to have their last name. Yeah. Be one big happy family. It's up to you. It's still unclear. This person, no, it's not unclear. This person, going back to the general reading about the feelings of unworthiness, this person feels like they have to do something in spirit to keep you stuck to them, because otherwise you're going to leave. You're going to find somebody better and leave. Even if that's not your intention, even if you've done nothing to even put them in the position to even think that way, they magically got this in their own head. This is a result of their overthinking. So there's always going to be a part of them that feels like you're going to leave at any moment. So there'll always be this element until they grow out of it. There's always going to be this element of bippity boppity boo, this element of them not feeling good enough for you, and this element of them always doubting you and your intentions. Boogie, woogie, woogie, that is your message. Hey, Big Nat, 1322. I served my purpose in his life. I feel it's best for me to move forward for my future. I agree. I agree, my dear. I agree. What the heck is exactly right? Miss Nicole, you are last. That was a lot. As soon as I got to huffing and puffing, I was like, this is, Lord. I got a meeting with Mr. Johnny Walker later after this because, Lord. Me and Johnny going to have a moment because, what? Comes with the territory, though. And I'm not surprised at all. How'd you know, John? How did you know? Blue label indeed. All right, Miss Nicole, if you are still here. And as always, subscribers to the live get the one card pull. Subscribers to the Patreon get the mini reading. And you can always sign up for a soul session or same day reading using the link in the you know where. And you know what's crazy? Honeybee mentioned Spider-Man. And I was like, not him. It's him, right? And it stems from his feelings of inadequacy and worth, or lack thereof. Trendy Millie, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? As we wait, I used to work as a bartender. You would be the perfect bartender for me, right? Because you would just know what I need on any given day. Alejandro, you are right. Roy Boy has left the building. Anika, oh my God. Hola, how are you? I just scrolled up a few. Saturday, or Monday, because I do not read. At least I don't sit and read on Sundays. I am fine. Anika, I am. Yo soy feliz. I'm happy. I'm usually happy. All right, Boogie. TK, how are you? Actually, I've been so far in spirit, Jasenia, that I have to go the opposite direction, right? With what I'm currently watching. So I don't have a recommendation for you on Netflix because I'm not watching anything on Netflix right now. But I was put on to Snowfall and I am falling for the main character. Like I'm only on season 3, but there's something about the way he thinks that's like, where where is this going? But yeah, I'm watching Snowfall. So I don't have anything of the light and love variety right now. That's if you already watched the discovery of witches. Honey Biscuit, thank you for asking. My week has been busy, but good. Busy, but good. And we still are waiting to see what comes after this earthquake that happened in around Paramus, New Jersey. My New Jerseyans haven't checked in yet. He really is. They picked the proper actor for it. And I didn't realize that was him because it's a younger him. And I was like, look at that. Just like the guy from Power, the one with Kane, the brother. He's in it, but he's much skinnier. And I was like, wait a minute. Right? But I like stories like that, right? Another story for another day. I guess Miss Nicole went back to work or is on her way home from work. It's 4:27. I love that it's 4:27 and it's still light outside. So on that note, any general questions about anything that came up on the live, the prayer that we're having for the collective on the new moon, the 29th, which is Wednesday, right? The mystic love circle that we're having. Of course, Alejandro, you're in Texas. How's the weather? Anti-heroes can make interesting viewing. They can. In some stories, in certain situations, the villain is the hero. Those are just my thoughts. Any thoughts, questions, feelings? So Wednesday's prayer is going to be off camera. That's when I go to church and petition the saints for whoever joins up and whoever signs up on the Soul Tribe OGs. Like I give it to them. There you go. Hey, Portia. You missed everything. Except Miss Nicole. Are you still up for a message, my dear? Or you want to save it for another time? Either way, with the slow-mo or the new man, we will find it's being delivered. You already ordered it. It's been packed. It's been shipped. It just needs to be delivered. I need prayers so my twin flame can get it together. You got it. You got it. Understand, like, you weren't here for the general message and the general love message this weekend, right? With the planets aligning, with the new moon coming in, right? And we're inching closer to eclipse season. There's a lot of revelations that are being had. The emphasis was on the divine masculine, but energies are just that, energies. Who's ever sleeping to their purpose, who's ever struggling to make the sacrifices to become the person that they are meant to be, Spirit is really getting on that you know what this weekend. If you have a person, this is for the collective, for everybody, not just Alejandro, but if you have somebody that you know is your person and they are struggling to get it together, this is the moment where you pull back, hands up, and you let Spirit take the wheel. Because, like was said about the slow-mo comment, either they're going to step up or the replacement needs to be sent in. Do not forget, when we're talking about true twin flame partnerships, these are the 144, which brings us to the very beginning of the messages and what came out. True twin flames are a part of the 144,000. True twin flames are supposed to come together like Mary Magdalene and Jesus, right? Joseph and Mary, right? Anne and Joachim and Tristan and Isolde. We could go down the line, right? To do the work two by two. It's not just about having this wonderful, loving relationship with somebody that makes you feel good from head to toe, inside out. There's a spiritual purpose for you guys to serve together. So at this point in the game, with the state of the world and what it's in, if true flames can't get it together, the replacement will be sent in expeditiously, because the vibration of the planet needs to be raised expeditiously. We need to go back to that as close as we can to being, walking in, speaking with, living from love. And every pair that gets together that's in divine love, every twin flame, every kingdom spouse, every purpose partner that gets together and shoots out that light like Care Bears, raises the vibration, whether you're in Texas or you're in Turkey. We need everybody who's been assigned that mission in this incarnation to step up, because regardless of what's going on in the States, right? We hear about the madness that's going on here, but there's madness going on across the globe and slipping us further and further, slipping Gaia further and further into darkness. So we need the lovers on this sixth day, on this Venus day, the divine lovers, to step forward and step up. So if someone is not willing to make that sacrifice to be who God is calling them to be, great. That is your free will. Step aside. Step aside, and for a lot of people who have been struggling with this for a long time, step aside and now prepare to receive the consequences of your choices. Because this endpoint is going to be an endpoint for forever in this lifetime. There's greater work that needs to be done. And if you're still in the energy of like, I'm not ready, I got to sacrifice this, worried about earthly things rather than setting your eyes on godly things, cool. That is your free will decision. Step aside. Lovers to the front. Light workers to the front. Let's all do the Care Bear stare and flip this world back to the place that it's supposed to be. Miss Nicole. You probably do, right? You probably do. And your job, Alejandro, right now is to really, really step into your purpose and not look back. Who's ever meant to accompany you on the journey will catch up. I promise. Is that not what you asked for, Miss Nicole? As with everything else that's been happening over the past 12 weeks? Spirit made it clear this morning in one of the videos. You prayed for this, right? This is definitely the era of answered prayers. That being said, give it one more quick shuffle. That being said, right, pick your pile. You want to know Daniel's energy. You have the rose quartz, the cowrie shell, or the moldavite that likes to go missing from time to time. I got head to toe goosebumps earlier today when I was advised where I'm to be. I love that for you. Moldavite. You, my dear, my sweet, sweet Miss Nicole, are a beautiful example of what having faith, truly surrendering, and doing what you are called to do looks like. Your life is a lot different than what it was 8 weeks ago. Not just the 12 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. And that's because you surrendered. You started putting two and two together. You started noticing that when you do this, this happens. When you tend to your altar, this happens. When you do this, things become easier. This is how it was supposed to be all along. When Spirit talks about getting out of your own way, what they mean is surrendering and following their guidance. Their guidance are those intuitive nudges that we get all the time. And because you have dutifully, diligently been in that energy, you are reaping the benefits of having answered prayers. You have the full support of your angelic team. You have the full support of your ancestors. You are stepping in the season where you are taking charge, doing damage, and having no regrets about it. Everybody who counted you out or who said this was going to happen and that was going to, who spoke negativity over your life, are going to see who you truly are. Going back to chosen ones and divinely chosen ones, like people can shoot daggers at you all day and will always miss, even if they're standing right in front of your face. They had their playtime and things went a certain kind of way when you were at a certain kind of vibration, but now that you have shifted and changed, right? Made those difficult decisions, everything falls into place. Long as you stay in this energy of being that girl, right? Of being the Empress, because the Nine of Pentacles is a lower vibration, right? Of the Empress, right? So is the Queen of Pentacles, right? Whatever comes, decisive and quick. Whatever comes to the forefront for you to let go of, let it go. Because that's the energy he's in, right? Doing, oh, right? Doing what's necessary, right? They said stepping into his big daddy energy, right? Because we like to call Archangel Michael, right? Who sits in the chariots, right? Big Daddy Michael, right? Stepping into that energy and laying down the law. Knowing that, yeah, there are other outside influences that would rather have him in a lower vibration, but he's stepping into his own divinity. Hello. Hello. Let's just get a little bit of clarification. I love that for Daniel, right? I love that a lot. And he's very serious at cutting off anything and everyone that stands between you and him. And he needs you to stand in that knowledge that this is going down, right? He may not have the words for it. He's not going to come out and say this to you verbatim, but on a spiritual, intuitive, subconscious level, this is where he's at. Anything else the lovely Miss Nicole needs to know? Thank you. More about Daniel's energy. Occupate 34, 35, 7 and 8, right? Confirming that he's willing to put in the work, diligently willing to put in the work to move this relationship forward, to bring about the changes with the butterflies, to move this relationship forward. You just need to keep being you, keep doing what you've been guided to do. Because the only person that can derail this from going from where it needs to go is you. The only one that can allow the wishes of the haters and the naysayers to manifest into their reality is you. Holding on to your prayers and your practices that you have adopted over the past 12 weeks will continue to serve you well, regardless of what happens and how life shows up. Always, 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 always remember that. Your haters and naysayers will continue to throw daggers and try to prevent this from coming together how God has intended it to come together. But how we always say what God has brought together, no man, woman, or child shall tear asunder. A last word for Miss Nicole, please, as everything gets knocked over. A last word for Miss Nicole, please. Alejandro, as I look down, I think a lot of messages that were meant for you were intertwined with others' messages. When you are ready, you can sign up for a soul session, or you can subscribe to the live to get a poll, or the Patreon, right? Whenever you're ready. Any last words for... I feel like I've been shuffling this. Jesus. This is too many. I feel like I've been shuffling the deck for forever. But what's here, right? Back to that retreat. I'm going to let you sit with this imagery for a minute. Where his thoughts are, because that was your original question. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Going back to this energy of making sure you keep doing what you've been doing, standing in your Empress energy, because you are inside and out, from head to toe, right down to your bone marrow, the Empress. Walk with it, talk with it, lead with it, rock with it, roll with it. But never forget it, because the minute you step out of your energy, you rob yourself of the beautiful life they have for you. Any reflections on the past, because let's face it, right? There's been some thoughts, right? I wouldn't call it an addiction, but there's been some thoughts about how things turned out in the past for you. This is not that. Now is now then, right? Now is the time of you having your happily ever after with somebody that is willing. They may not hit the mark straight on the bullseye, but they're going to do everything within their ability to make sure you understand that they are in this 1000%. They are holding on to you with both arms and legs and hands and feet, right? And what we said about the retreat card, first comes the engagement, the marriage, the honeymoon, and then off to live that life of happily ever after with it's time to disconnect from the world. So many people are going to have so much to say. F them. Misery loves company, right? And you two are destined to be living comfortably, right? That's from a Method Man song, Makeups to Breakups, right? Misery loves comfortably. B, I'm living. Misery loves company. B, I'm living comfortably, right? You're going to be living more than comfortably. Just keep doing what you're doing. What you're seeing is the real deal. This is not like a let me pretend and let me try to be this person. No, they're committed to being your partner, your person. That is your message. No one has ever made me take my words back, but he did, and I'm grateful for that. Talk nice to that man. Talk nice to him. Anytime, Miss Nicole. And I'm loving that it is now, what time is it? 4:45. And we still got light, right? Not like last month where it was like 3:59 and we're fighting for our lives with the sun. B. Jones, thank you. I think we just hit the 2-hour mark. My phone just said we're at the 20% mark. So we've been on for a while. You're going to get pow, Miss Nicole. Why were you mean to him? Especially, well, now you know he's doing his best. And again, they want you to make this clear. He may not always hit the bullseye all the time, right? But he is doing his very best. And I think that's worth more than hitting the bullseye. And I'm grateful you apologize. It's very nice. Don't do it again. Before we wrap up, any last words, questions, comments, concerns you guys want to share with the collective? Again, if you want to be a part of the abundance prayer, just send a love offering. Any amount is cool, right? The Mystic Love Circle is happening the following week on the 2nd, right? Well, actually, not the following week, a few days later on the 2nd. And that will be on camera. I'm looking at your comment, Boogie. I'm going to sit with something that they said, and then I'll just text you after the live. If you guys have any thoughts, feelings, or anything else that pops up, throughout your day, and you want to share, you want to reach out, always, OGs, whenever we're having these events for the collective, these collective works, as I like to call it, all you got to say is add my name to the list, right? Because you're OGs, you automatically have that. But you just have to give me permission to add your name to the list by saying, add my name to the list, right? I love you guys dearly. If anything pops up, don't hesitate to DM me. Don't hesitate to email me. I'm going to try to download this video and put it up on our YouTube channel later on tonight, but it's long, so it might take forever. Or the TikTok gods might be smiling down on us and it won't take forever. It'll be up quicker than this evening. Thank you again for spending this part of your day or your evening for my folks on the other side of the pond, on the other side of the world, right? Thank you for spending this time with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and me. Happy Friday. Stay blessed.